Hello, this is MSP and I'm going to do another video on MSP Algo money flow. We're going to learn how to avoid chop while trading using the MSP Algo artificial intelligence trading bot momentum alerts. We're going to be using MSP Algo money flow and we're going to do a scan before the market open. So we'll be able to trade for fast money moves. As we know, when the market open up, we have things start to move rapidly. We see some stocks are going up, some stocks are going down. As a trader, it's good to know what is going to happen before the market actually open, because everything's moving, it seems, at 100 miles per hour. So you definitely need to prepare in advance if you're going to be at the top 1% of the traders trading the stock market, winning and consistently trading. Okay, so it seems like mass confusion. Should I trade this stock? Should I trade that stock? And we know a lot of this, the market is algo driven by robots, okay? So as a human, we're at a dilemma. We know that an algorithm could read up to 100 to 1,000 criterias in a millisecond, whereas a human is at a disadvantage because they're not able to think as fast. And the algo is looking at 100 stocks, 100 criterias in 1 millisecond. Well, a human could probably look at one stock and 100 criterias, probably 10, 15, 30 seconds. Okay? And so one at a time. So that's what we want to give the human the advantage, so that they'll get the information they need and be competitive with the algos before the market even open up. So we're going to look at the money flow, and you could find that under the apps marketswingplayer.com application, which tracks the stock market money flow analytics using an algo of artificial intelligence. This way it evens the playing field, the average guy versus the billion-dollar algos, okay? So I click on the money flow menu and I see money flow. So I'm back testing this, and we have the symbol, the run type, start date, start time, end date, end time. So I'm looking at the daily view. Give me all symbols on the 12th, and market open at 0400, and this scan was supposed to be right before the market open at 0920. Okay, you can see we're hiding some of the columns that we really don't need to look at. So those include like the buy, sell info, outflow columns of the money flow, and also the money magnet and money magnet dynamic columns. Okay, so the columns that we are displaying are the symbol and the external trend for that symbol. So it looks like it was bearish at 0920. We got the price, the day change, the flux, the actual money coming in and out. We got a short long signal algo, advanced warning algo, ratio, and price action diversions. So these are a variety of MSP algo analytics, where it's detecting buying or selling during that time frame. The higher day or lower day indicator, once the market open or before market open, actually, it's it's saying that price is near higher lower day. Okay. And we have some other alerts that trigger after the market open, after the 0930 run. And we have what we call our, this is the open, high, low, close at the time. And the trade status, if there is one, it's saying that the algo would think this is a short at the time. But just because the algo thinks it's a short at the time doesn't mean price can't reverse, because the market is opening up. So it just depends on if we're going to have more buyers or sellers versus buyers. This is the pin algo for the pin range to avoid for the day. And what we want to focus on in this particular video of the money flow, just the normal money flow, is the real-time anticipated price action. So this is a new column that we have here, and it will be reading the analytics up until the time frame of the 0920 to try to gauge what is going to happen when the market open. Okay? So that's high level in a nutshell. So let's go on and scroll and look at Apple. So we could see that it says that Apple's bearish because we could see a little red, but based on the stock health, it's green. So based on that, it's bullish. So the market is showing it's bearish. We see some money coming in, but we're not even going to, we're just looking at this high level. But really, all we want to focus on is this one column, real-time anticipated price action, okay? So it's trying to tell you when the market open, the next 10-minute increment. So we know we want to look at a 10-minute chart on a 10-minute time frame. So that's what I have here. It says breakdown below 223.6, then reverse on new signal. It's telling us where the algos are thinking based on the market, where it thinks resistance and support is located. In this particular scenario, it says algo resistance is 225.6 and algo support is 223.6. We see prices currently at 224.78. Okay? So once you do that, when the market open up, so we're going to do this. All right. So at 0920, the alert said that price is going to retest support 223.6. So on the 930 candle, we could see that the market opened up pretty much close to where we had the price at, 224.8 rounded, and it dropped to 223.72. So there go the market opened up and the stock is dropping like a rock. So it says breakdown below 223.6. So we're thinking that we want to go long on that drop, or we could have shorted as well. It just depends on how fast you are. If you're a quick draw McGraw, then you could take it both ways. Most people aren't as fast, okay? because the market just opened up and it's already dropping like a rock. So we're thinking below 223, we could see that this is 223.11 there. And so price actually went below 223.6. It hit 223.11 and then reversed. Okay, so now based on this alert here of real-time anticipated price action, because we're targeting what's going to happen right after the market open, we're believing it's going to retest that resistance at 225.6. Okay, so as soon as price was below the buy zone, we did purchase that. And you could also drill in on a 1 minute if you want to, or 5 minute. But this is based on a 10 minute, and let's see what happened. So it did hit our target. And so we took a quick scalp trade. We knew that it was going to break down below support price and then retest resistance. So by 10:20 or 10:10, we know we could get out of that trade, or we could wait for a pivot if we prefer, and we'll know we're near resistance. So that's pretty much how Apple played out. So let's do another one. Okay, we're going to look at, let's do Amazon. We're looking at the 0920 time frame. Oh, before we do that, let's look at a 1 minute. In case you want to drill in while price is dropping, to gauge where to buy. Let's see if that would have helped. At 0920. So 1 minute, the market opened up. There was a surge at 100 miles an hour, and it dropped like a rock. So we could see it drop below that 223. Here a pivot came, but that was an old pivot, so that's like 223.8. But we're thinking it's going to drop below the 223.3, and it did, and we got a new pivot, and we also got a signal. Now we know that those dots are money, right? Normally the market maker. So this is telling us time to go long. Okay, so you see how we could have drilled into the 1 minute. Time to go long, and this is what it would have looked like on a 1 minute, and we were thinking it was going to go retest that 225. So we got a scalp trade. We're out of that trade. So price went from 223 to 226, and you was able to gauge that before the market opened. Now we're gonna look at Amazon. Okay, so Amazon, like I said, our main focus is the real-time anticipated price action, because a lot is going on. It just because it says bearish doesn't mean that it's going to drop, right? Because this is in pre-market. And so here it says, when the market open up at 0930, price is going to break down below 1839, then reverse. Okay? So we have ALGO resistance 1842. And we have support is 1839. So we're not exactly sure how low it's going to go. We could look at what was the low and gauge. It may go to that somewhere near that price, not exactly there, probably a little above, a little below. It's a good way to gauge, but we know below 1839, and we know that we thinking we're going to get a quick scalp right back to algo resistance at 1842 is what the big boys algos most likely how they're going to be reading this. Okay, so let's look at Amazon and see what happened. All right, so here's 0920 and the market opened up. So this is the 0930 candle. And that's what we're trying to play before the market opened. So we were informed by MSP ALGO that price is going to flush and reverse. Okay? So the low of the 930 and 940 candle is about 1834. Okay? So our MSP algo is telling us that there are algos going to buy this somewhere close to below 1839. We should see some algos. So we could see we got a signal says long here too, right? So that's really helpful. And we got a signal here. So we know we want to go long at this point. And we thinking our target's going to be 1842. Because we're just trying to get a quick scalp momentum. That momentum when the market opens up. Okay? So we won't be confused. It's dropping like a rock, then it's popping to the top. It's popping to the top, then it's dropping like a rock. Traders know what I'm talking about. This is down earth trading lingo. All right. So let's look at our message. 1842 resistance. So let's go in and put a horizontal line here near 1842. So in essence, it seems like it want to retest this pivot here, which is a lime green pivot, and we got the gold pivot here. Lime green is normally resistance, and gold is normally support. So it didn't actually make it back to the support pivot, right? So the big boys algo's a little euphoric here. All right. So went long, and price is retesting this resistance and pivot, and it did break out. Okay. And it ran to 1853. So let's say we know at 920, so at 930 you're watching, you see the lows, you at the 0940 candle, you got into the trade because you just wasn't quick enough to get in on that 930 to 0940 candle. This is 0940, 0950 candle here. And it took until when we started seeing selling again and a brand new resistance pivot about 1853, and you quickly exit your position. Okay? We'll do one more. I think you're getting the point of how this works. Let's try SPY, which is an ETF. A lot of people like to trade SPY ETFs for tax purposes because it's a little different and you don't get charged as much. So we have people that are just SPY traders, and so it says break down below 301.10, then reverse on new signal. Resistance is now 302 and support is now 301. So we're thinking if we could buy below that 301, we could get $1 pop, probably in 30 minutes to an hour. Okay? So this is 0920. So we're looking for a breakdown. So let's look at that 1 minute before we actually go to SPY, so we could see it from the alert to the flash to the pop. Okay, we're going to do one more and call it a wrap. SPY. We're going to look at the 10-minute. Go to. Okay, so price is near 301-ish at 0920 when we got the alert. So we could see that was the close there. The market opened up. It looked kind of bullish, didn't it? Looked like it was going to pop. But we know the highest probability trades is with the institutional ALGOs. So we know we are waiting for a break. We're not going to take that little bounce there. All right, so we're waiting for a flush below 301. So price hit a high of 301.66. And finally, we get now flush. So price flushed to 300.45, okay? So this is the 940 candle, and this is the 950 candle. Things move quickly. We want to make sure it stopped dropping like a rock because it was still in the drop process. It looks good. We're going to take this trade right here below the 301.10. It hit 340. We got a brand new pivot here. You could even wait for a pivot, a new pivot if one come. And we're thinking we're going to get about $1 pop to back to 301. So that would have been here. It was a breakout. It ran a 302. So from the time you got in that trade, let's say you did it at the 950 to 1020, you already got a quick scalp trade, okay? All right, now you can also, the purpose of this particular video is just how to get that first quick scalp trade out the gate without that has momentum and with no chop, because as we can see, the market like to chop a lot. You see what I'm saying? That way you get your quick scalp, you cash out, you make your money, and you go to the beach or do something nice, okay? So that's a quick video on how to beat the ALGOs using MSP ALGO artificial intelligence trading bot money, MSP ALGO money flow before open market open scan. Okay, it's a wrap. Until the next video. So that is so in a nutshell, it's a quick way to know what is going to happen before the market open, and you may be able to take both of those trades. You may be able to take the short and the long, or you may just want to wait until the long. It just depends on whether it was a breakdown first or a breakout first. I prefer to wait and see because I'm not quick Joe McGraw and I can't move as fast as an algo, okay? I have no shame in being a human, all right? Okay, so, and that way you're not wasting your whole day watching chop, okay? Please, if you like the video, please like and subscribe. Eventually, we're going to be on YouTube doing trading videos. We're trying to wrap up this application with some new additions, and then we'll be online trading with everybody. So please subscribe, and happy trading.